we mentioned that people say, is it politics is downstream from culture, right? I would say I've been saying that sociology is downstream from theology, but I think anthropology is maybe a step, in between those two. And that people who do not understand God and the world that he created are inevitably not going to understand man. And when you talked about how we're not loving our neighbor, I used some imagery in that column. I talked about, people with a hunk of flesh missing out of their leg. That actually is a cover. I think it was New York Magazine of a woman who thinks that she's a man, and the doctors took a hunk of flesh out of her leg and just on the cover to fashion a penis. This is celebrated in our country as some sign of progress. Now, you can tell that this person is a woman because one of the things that I've learned is the hips never lie.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't care what you take from. It's like they just don't lie. They speak of God's glory in terms of his creative power. But I am not for aiding and abetting and encouraging people to mutilate their bodies, to poison their minds, to kill their children, to destroy their families in the name of winsomeness, love, or affirmation.
That's right.
If saying those things makes me, disreputable, if it means that I don't get invited to certain parties or certain, the cool kids, whether secular or within the church, don't want to hang out with me, I'm fine with that. I will go on trying to grow where I'm planted and to love my wife and my children and my church family the best that I can, to be of service and an asset in my community, and to proclaim God's truth as boldly as I can for as long as I can. So,
amen.
That's really where I am right now. And I'm thankful for brothers like you who are out in the front lines and, shepherding your flock and teaching and sort of training people up and to see what is going on in this world, not to live in despair, because I think that can be tempting at times. Oh, woe is me, the world is so terrible, everything is so messed up. But to train them to be happy warriors. Right.
That's right.
That's the way I think about it right now. And that is what I'm trying to do with my own family. And to think generationally.
Right.
I'm all for history. And I respect the past and my ancestors, but any culture that spends more time focusing on the society that its ancestors endured rather than the one its descendants will inherit is going to be in trouble.
That's a good way to put it.
So, I'm thinking generationally. I think I heard Vody talk about that he's raising, when he's talking about his kids, he was like, I'm raising my grandchildren as parents, and I sort of borrowed that. And I want to be a patriarch, right? I want, when I get to 75, 80, Lord willing, my children and their children come to me because the way I've lived my life as a believer in this world indicates to them that I'm a source of wisdom. That's the future that I would want for myself. And by God's grace, I'll get there. But this me first, I'll destroy my family because it's not fulfilling me, both men and increasingly women. That type of house won't stand because it's divided in a way that just is not sustainable for the future. So I'm thinking, I'm looking downrange all the way, 4th and 5th generation Squires is. That's what I'm looking at. And as I said, I'm thankful for brothers like you who are out there, in the trenches and in the foxholes. And as I said, by God's grace, we will be victorious.
Amen. Wait. Real quick, before you go, do me a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell so you'll be notified with all our new content as it comes out on a daily basis. And if you're willing to support this ministry, you can do so by going to rightresponseministries.com/donate. Thanks so much. God bless.